Yes, Mr. Samir, I think we can begin. So please, if you can start the live stream as well.
Yes, sir. It's on, sir. Please
It's
start, sir.
on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Samir. And at the end of the session, I'll just request you to
Sure, sure, sir.
enable everyone's. Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
I'll
Thanks.
I'll be here, sir. Sure. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Samir.
Okay.
So, good morning, parents and students. Firstly, first and foremost, I'll request everyone if you can, switch on your webcams, and because we would want to, try and make this a slightly interactive session by the end of, once we completely present what we have in offer and what we have in store for all of you, right? So it becomes a little more, interactive because generally we do this when we are there in front of the parents, but because of the distance and other issues, we are having it live virtually, right? So it'll be wonderful if everyone can please switch on their webcams. Okay. So, firstly, to begin with, thank you everyone for being a part of this, session. I would firstly like to thank, the board of directors who have actually taken the efforts and, brought us all onto this platform and given us this opportunity, to interact with all of you for the betterment of the, preparations for all these high stake exams in India, especially for engineering, medical, and even for your board exams per se. Right. So, thank you, the board of directors. Thank you all the parents. I know it's a weekend today, and we all are concerned and worried about our students or what's futures, and it's a wonderful step that you all have taken in terms of understanding what we have and how we can help them and what can be done. Correct. So to begin with, I will just like to give an introduction of ourselves. So my name is Atir Hussain, right? And I'm a proud alumni of Indian School Wadi Kabir myself. So I have a very close relationship with Oman per se, right? I've done my complete schooling in Oman itself, right? And I've been associated with Ask IITians for more than 6 years, correct? And I've been taking care of all the strategic tie-ups, business development, and other aspects of things. And I've been helping a lot of students through counseling sessions and helping students understand and trying to bridge that gap that the students are unavailable to get, especially in the Middle East, right? Along with me, I have Mr. Harsh Patodia. He is an alumni of IIT Roorkee, right? He's also the Max faculty. He's got more than 8 years of experience, and he's one of the academic heads here, and he's also the COO of the company, right? So he's got multiple hats that he wears, and he again is very closely associated with a lot of students. He's been helping a lot of students in terms of how they can prepare for these high stake exams, and these high stake exams, generally people say that it's difficult, there's a lot of buzz around it, and most of the people don't understand the nitty-gritties. So that is where he's been playing a very vital role in terms of easing that kind of questions of parents and students, right? So Ask IITians has been into this industry for the past 15 years, right? And we've been teaching online as well. We have certain offline presence as well, but mainly we started off in 2007. And the whole ideation came, to our co-founders, that is Mr. Nishant Sinha and Mr. Aditya Singhal, in terms of how we can reach out to maximum people and try and get them, prepared for these exams, right? Because initially what used to happen was, people had to travel down to metro cities, or they had to shift places just to, be, just to get all these facilities under their roof, right? But with this seamless and being one of the pioneers in terms of online classes, we've actually been able to help students study from their own respective places and own homes. Correct. So currently we are catering to students from 20 different countries. We have around 30,000 plus students studying with us year on year, right? And preparing not only for engineering and medical, but even for SATs, even specifically for CBSE curriculum, and not only limited to CBSE curriculum. We also help students from IGCSE, IB curriculum, especially in science and maths, right? So we are a pool of faculties, and we are a pool of content driven individuals. So we have around 250 plus IITians. We have around 170 plus medical graduates who've actually been the core who have designed the whole teaching pedagogy along with the content that we deliver, so that the student is able to perform to their fullest, right? We also have a lot of tie-ups with schools, and as you can see, we've been helping more than 1.2 lakh students, right, through our platforms. And plus, with the selection rate, obviously, that is one of the key highlights here. And we are very proud in terms of stating that for the past 5 years, especially in Middle East, you might find a lot of people who have shown results in India, but we are very proud in terms of stating the fact that especially in Middle East for the past 5 years, the JEE Main as well as JEE Advanced, the toppers have been studying with Ask IITians from a very long time, right? And overall, we have a wonderful selection rate. Especially if I talk about JEE Mains, it is approximately 17%, right, of the total students that apply for it. And if I talk about medical is close to 8 to 9%. So that is the selection percentage that we work on. So moving forward, just to show you certain results. So these are basically our yearly results that we've seen or witnessed in JEE Mains, Advanced, NEETs, as well as Olympiads. Because we should know for a fact that, just preparing for JEE Mains and Advanced is not the only thing, right? Because we cater to students from 6th grade onwards till 12th grade onwards, right? And when we talk about the foundation, which is the base, correct, which is 6th to 10th. So there, obviously, the preparation is not directed towards JEE Main Advanced directly. There, the main focus is on Olympiads, because that is again creating a foundation in terms of preparing for these high-stake exams. So by default, everything is interlinked. So as I was mentioning earlier, right, when I said the whole teaching pedagogy is created in such a strategic manner that all these aspects are covered. And hopefully, Mr. Harsh Patodia, when he'll be explaining the product in detail and things in a more detailed manner, you will get that essence and that flavor of how this is interrelated, right? Moving forward, so these are certain shining stars of Ask IITians of 2020, 2021, right? He is one of the gems in India, Mr. Archit Rahul. Okay, so he's one of Mr. Harsh Patodia's student itself. So Harsh Patodia has been mentoring him for a long time, right? And the best part is he's been, given a scholarship as well, and he's been recognized by our own Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, right? So he has wonderful things to say about us. He's been, coming on to a lot of media sites as well, and there's a lot of buzz around him as well. And probably he can be the next, scientist that most of the people might recognize in a couple of years moving forward, right? Then moving forward, this is the winning streak. So this is for 2021. So as I was mentioning, that Middle East toppers have been from, Ask IITians. So 2021 JEE Main topper is from Saudi Arabia. That is Jacob Thomasoni. He scored 99.97 percentile. Then we have a topper from Oman as well, right? Mr. Mihir Rawat, 99.71 percentile. And then we have Kuwait and UAE followed. Correct? Then these are certain other JEE Main toppers that are there. So we have Mr. Rohit. He scored 99.77%. Then we have NEET toppers as well, and 12th and 10th grade. Because as I highlighted earlier, it is not only focusing only on JEE Mains and NEET, but it is a holistic 360-degree environment that we create for the students, so that they are able to crack all the exams that are there, be it their normal school exams, CBSE exams, especially Olympiads, and then making the pathway for cracking these high-stake exams, right? So these are certain stars only from Oman. Like I mentioned earlier, we had Mr. Mihir Rawat, then we have Sahil Saraswat, Mr. Rohit, and Naman Verma. Now, what we've also done, and we are actually proud to showcase this part as well, and Mr. Harsh will give you a little more insight on this. So like probably most of you parents would have heard about Super 20, Super 30, run by Mr. Anand and, certain other players as well. Rahmani 30 is also there, correct? So what we had done was, we had created our own online batch of 20 students from the Middle East, right? And again, we are very proud to say that all these 20 students who are actually only preparing for JEE Mains, all of them have scored 95 plus percentile, and all of them are in the top IITs, NITs, and the top 50 plus global universities around the globe. There are students in NTU as well. There are students in National University of Singapore as well. So they've been able to get themselves placed, and they've done wonders. So this is 100% track record that we've managed to get last year itself, and we're hoping to have the same record this year as well for the students who are going to probably appear for this March, April, and May and June JE exams. Right, then these are certain 10th grade results. So the most important thing why we're highlighting this is because we have a history of catering to students, right, for the past 15 years. And this is basically what we have in terms of showcasing how we've performed, and these are our flag bearers, right? So by default, we are very proud of these students, and we actually are proud in terms of the faculties that we have, plus the way they have been able to culminate these bright minds and get them to their respective positions by getting them realize their dreams. Correct. So moving forward, I'll request Mr. Harsh if you can just take us through our offerings, because that I think will give all the parents here a much better understanding of how the pedagogy is going to help them. And then post this, I will request all the parents, if there are any questions or anything, we'll be open to that. Yeah, over to you, Mr. Harsh.
Mr.
Thank you.
Atif, for the wonderful introduction. So good morning all the parents. I am Harsh Patodia. As Mr. Atir has already introduced, I'll still introduce myself because some parents have joined late. So I am IIT Roorkee graduate, and I have been there in Ask IITians for last 8 years. So I'm working here as Global Academic Head and COO, and my area of expertise is mathematics. So going forward to our offerings, okay. So not only the teachers, as Mr. Atir was saying that we are having a good track record from Middle East. So from 4 or 5 students way back in 2012 to over 200 plus students, cracking these exams in 2020-21. Okay, so this journey has been a very, you can say, learning. Like, we had a lot of learnings from this journey over the period of time. And our teacher not only specializes in teaching this curriculum, but they are also specialized in handling the Middle East crowd. So all the parents are quite aware, the difference between the students who are studying in India, the type of competition, the type of nurturing they're getting here. So our teachers go comprehensive training in not just imparting the curriculum, but how to handle, how to pamper these kids, how to, give them hand holding and eventually make them independent. So that is something we are spending, almost you can say 30 to 40% more time than compared to anyone else in the market. Like you'll see that difference, that how Ask IITians is going to spend time with the children in terms of clearing that gap. And secondly, this year we are also focusing on remedial learning. Okay, so apart from the current grade focus, so what additionally we have, we are going to add. So we have identified that there has been a lot of gap because of this COVID situation in last 2 years. Students, who are not part of Ask IITians family. So people who joined us last year. Okay, so probably we found that although they were able to cope up the current thing to some extent, but we found the gap in terms of if the portions were deleted previous year, and then they were not able to pick up those topics, or they were taking more time. So this year what we have done, so students who will be enrolled with us for the first time, so not only we are going to work on their current academics, we are also going to have an additional plan for you guys wherever required, so that we can bridge the gap over the last 2 years, whatever gaps were there in terms of understanding and learning the concept, so that it does not magnify in future. So whether our kid is in grade 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, there has been a gap in last 2 years. And I think all of us will agree with that point. That is something, we are going to include, okay, in this particular year. Now coming to our offerings, let me just, take the screen here. So yeah. So we believe that learning, is an outcome of three basic spheres. Okay, first is definitely the guidance, the teaching part, for which already the results, they speak that the kind of teachers we have on board. So not only they are specialized or they have cracked these examinations, but their main specialization is handling the Middle East crowd. So then the second pillar that comes is the self-study part. So we put a lot of emphasis on this particular part, where self-study is an integral part of any child success in these high-stake examinations, and followed by, so once teachers have imparted, student has learned on their own, followed by that a proper assessment and feedback mechanism should be there. So I'll quickly, get you through all these things in our platform quickly, like how these things are going to work and what additional things we have added in last, 4 or 5 months. So we had a meeting around, you can say August, with some of the parents were there, but post that, based on our learning curve this year, we have added a lot of things, okay, which can be customized by the parents as per the requirement, and I would introduce those features as well. So sharing my screen for a live students account. Yeah, all of you can see my screen. Yeah, the first part is all of you will get an Ask IITians account login ID. Once you log in into that, so whatever your upcoming classes are going to be there, so they're going to appear here. Recorded sessions. So if you have missed a class, the best part is these recordings are there with you forever. So you can go back and watch the recordings and accordingly come up with the doubts in the next class. These are the download recording option. So sometimes when we are traveling, we don't have a constant internet to watch the things. So we can download the content and we can, watch it while traveling. Followed by that self-study kit, we are giving in 3 formats. Okay. One is in the student's account. So if I just go, to a sample for you guys right now. Yeah. So this is the study planner where all the, weightage with respect to different examinations, important books, important areas, what is the revision plan, everything is mentioned. Followed by that, we have video lectures. So we believe that, none of the teachers or, students, they are able to get 100% things right during the year. So students, they generally refer to some extra material, so that extra material is available in their account itself, so that they don't need to go anywhere else. So they will have a second teacher's opinion in their particular account, which they can watch if they, let's say, they do not understand the thing, or they missed a class and they want to cover it in a short span of time. So instead of going through the complete recordings, they can go through this and eventually they can request for the doubt removal sessions, followed by these revision notes which are there. So apart from class notes, they have revision notes. Now, mind maps, this is something which we want to inculcate in every student studies, because when we are preparing for high stake examinations, retention and revision, they are two key things which most of the people miss on, and eventually what they are learning in grade 10th, 11th, they are not able to retain post grade 12th. So these mind maps, they will increase their memory lobes, improving the retention, and probably during just before the exam, we can revise more than 80-90 chapters within a span of 1 week with these mind maps. Test papers with video solutions, NCERT solution, previous year question. Another format that we are sharing the content is through the Google spreadsheet link, so that let's say if you're traveling and let's say the internet bandwidth is low. So if you're facing, let's say, issues with respect to opening things in your account, let's say you're working, traveling, and let's say you're on a very low internet bandwidth. So this will work for you. Okay. Maybe, as low as 128 or 512 kbps, right? So this is a link where you have lecture wise bifurcation. So this is 10th grade chemistry. So lecture wise, whatever content is there, PPT, videos, daily practice problem, solutions will be shared with parents, not with the students. Mind map, study planner, revision notes, Ask IITians books, NCERT exemplar, NCERT solutions. So you don't need to carry any school material. You don't need to carry any Ask IITians material. Everything is there with you. From your school booklet to Ask IITians booklet to homework assignments to important questions to mind map, you don't need to carry anything, right? And obviously you'll have your test series and everything that I'll be showing in the third phase. So any questions with respect to self-study kit, and the third format will be the class notes. Okay, I'll just show you one of the live batches account. So this is grade 10th. So what we do, we give this organized notebook to all the students where they will find all the things that we mentioned in self-study kit. And apart from that, whatever class notes are there, so they remain on this notebook forever. So whatever, let's say, teachers have discussed, so let's say this chapter we discussed recently in one of the chapters, one of the batches. So yeah, whatever theory, whatever notes they are there, whatever videos were uploaded while explaining, all those things are available for the students in well organized manner. So they can, let's say they want to study a particular topic, coordinate geometry. So with respect to coordinate geometry, they have NCRT, they have solutions, they have reference book, if applicable, exemplar, the module part, which is the Ask IITians booklet. So in Ask IITians booklet, it covers from CBSE to Olympiad level. So no need to worry for any kind of preparation. Very important, like this is one of the questions that most of the parents ask, that if you are enrolling our kid to Ask IITians, do we need to have separate classes for CBSE? The answer is no. If you are at Ask IITians, we'll make sure that everything starts from school level and then eventually goes to the Olympiad level. So our aim is not to stop at school level, but we do cover school level. That is by default. So whatever connecting topics we are seeing in between, right? So these are the additional topics which are not available in the school textbook. So exercise 1 and 2, these are totally NCRT level exercises. Followed by that, exercise 3 and 4 is the competitive exercise. Same thing will be applicable for 11th and 12th grade student as well. Like for them, the questions and the materials will be quite enhanced. So this is PPT. This is so each and every lecture is already standardized, and the number of questions with respect to each lecture is fixed, followed by whatever lecture notes will be there, so that will be present here. Mind maps, revision planner, so everything at one place. That's the best part. Like, see, most of the kids, they find that they have to search it here and there, their doubts, their different books they are following. So everything we can keep at one place. And if we are organizing things at one place, that actually solves 30 to 40% of the problem in terms of generating the interest. Most of the people lose interest because their study material, that is scattered, and they have to do a lot of effort in finding things from here and there. So here everything is at one place, right? So coming to the next part, that is the assessment part. If anyone is having any doubt, you guys are most welcome to ask your doubts in between. I don't want it to be just like a one-way delivery part. So if any doubt is there,
Actually, Harsh, we've disabled the the mic functionality for now, so that once we are over at the end, we'll address all the queries, please.
so can we? Is it possible that we can get it switched on? So
Yeah,
that
we can. So, Mr. Samir, if you can
Yes,
please
yes,
help us.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, thanks.
So any parents, if they want to come on screen and they want to ask any question from now, because see, if I go on to the next step, probably you'll forget the question from the previous thing. Yeah. Anyone?
So just let us know once done, Mr. Samir, please.
If it is clear with everyone, all of you can just raise or show a thumbs up in the reactions button, so that I will get to know that everyone is listening. Okay, that's quick. A lot of people have raised like the thumbs up. That's awesome. So Binu Anna, like someone with the name Binu Anna, you have a doubt? Okay, no, it's thumbs up only. So out of 100 people, around 116 people here, I've got almost around 20, and now that hand raise is going down. Okay, Mr. Bhaskar, yes, you have a doubt?
Yes, yes, I have one doubt. You mentioned that the students those who are going to join now, you are going to bridge the gaps. Could you elaborate on that? For example, somebody studying in grade 11, you want to join now, which is going to be grade 12. So probably it might be missed, as you mentioned, in the COVID time, something portions are not covered exactly. What can you elaborate about the gaps? How are you going to fix?
Yeah, so basically during the summer vacation, we are planning to keep some extra add-on classes which will be focusing on the previous grades. So people who are moving into grade 12th, so probably we'll try to fix them, fix grade 10th and 11th for them. Only some portions of 10th which are useful for JEE preparation, because in 11th and 12th, definitely the limitation is there with respect to time management. So we'll try to fix up things based on the competitive preparation. And let's say earlier, if we were just giving, you can say, revision sort of or snapshots sort of things for grade 12 people. So this year we'll try, like during the summer vacation, we'll have classes in continuation. where we'll be bridging this gap, like whatever they have lost in grade 11th or 10th. So probably those will be, but definitely that will require some extra bandwidth. So just like Mr. Atir mentioned that we had a success record of 20 on 20 from Middle East. So that did not come, very easily. We had to take consent from all the students and the parents that we can keep class at any point of time, whether it is 12 a.m. in the night or 6 a.m. in the morning. Because in India, these things are very common. But when it comes to Middle East, so we were not able to, get that, commitment from the parents and the students till 2019. But COVID, was a blessing in disguise for us. Students were at home, and we actually selected those students, talk to their parents. Okay, this is, if you want, we can success you, we can guarantee you the success, but the only thing is we need commitment that the student should be available. So for this remedial part also, we would, as I mentioned, that these are the add-ons that we have added to the existing features. So that will totally depend. Some students may have prepared well, but as per our survey, almost 70 to 80% people who are not, who are following the deleted portions. So there's a gap in learning. Okay. So for those people, for those students, these courses are going to be pretty useful. Okay. And it will be a mixture of, you can say, self-learning plus live, monitored part. Those, I'm just talking about those remedial sessions, so that, it will make it very quick, so that within a span of 2-3 months, we are able to gap, like bridge their gap around 80 to 90% at least. Got it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I
Any
think
other questions?
Miss Neha has got a question. So Miss Neha, if
Yes,
you can
yes.
please. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Good morning. This is Ashok Rathi. I'm Neha's father.
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Ashok.
Good morning,
Yeah.
sir.
Good morning.
Now we are thinking of enrolling. Neha is at present in standard 10th, and then we're planning to engage with Ask IITians or equivalent for standard 11th and 12th. Now I have a very specific questions which I think you have touched upon, but still I will like to have more clarity on that. That specifically when we look at these platforms, the general impression is that you are preparing us for JEE mains alone. So as probably you are better aware than this, that many institutes in India also offer admissions on CBSE examination based on their PCM scores. So we are equally interested in having a better focused not only on objective questions, which is a must for JEE mains, but at the same time also we want to have a better coverage done for our CBSE examinations as well, so that our ward is able to score in both. So we have that flexibility for having admissions in all types of institutions, which also entertains PCM score based on our DASA or CWG quotas.
So I got that point. Okay. So basically,
sorry. Actually, just wanted to add one more point here. A very valid point raised by Sir. So just wanted to update you one thing. There is a recent update which has recently come. That is, there is one more entrance examination the student has to give apart from engineering if they want to take admission into central universities. So there are total 54 central universities. For that now, basically UGC basically is conducting one examination called CET, Central University Common Admission Test, right? So that is something which now becomes will become mandatory for the students also. So yes, CBSE will play a vital role, but at the same time now the student has to crack certain examinations if they want to get into central universities also, with respect to MSc, BSc, or other for commerce also, if they want to go to commerce or any stream which the basically university offers. So yeah, so Harsh, you can continue here.
Okay. So, Neha's father, so I wanted to answer your question in such a manner that, we have a proper badge bifurcation. Okay. So every student who enters our system, or, the parents who are basically giving their wards to us, so that is always in the anticipation of clearing these exams, right? But we believe that every student is not, up to the same level or same area of interest, or, they don't have same strengths and weaknesses. So based on their current level, we our system trains them to become better, and eventually we are classifying the students in the batches, where if students are, let's say, not able to cope up with the advanced preparation at one point of time, so we are basically putting them in CBSE plus mains focus batch, where obviously we'll be catering to the CBSE level, but our main focus will be to clear their basics first and then eventually raise to the mains and advanced level, so that they don't feel pressure. Like many students, by the end of 2 years, they feel that, okay, we are not able to learn, we are not able to grab. So probably that feeling of, lack of self-confidence, yeah, they actually lose faith in their own skill set and all. So in order to prevent that, we are very open, and we are, having special counseling sessions arranged for in those cases, where we are bifurcating students in CBSE plus main and CBSE plus main plus advanced. So school, as everyone knows, so for grade 12th, the board focus is definitely there. In 11th, definitely there can be certain gaps, because the syllabus and the flow is little different from what is being taught at school and what is required for JEE. But for grade 12, by that time, students are almost in that inline, with the preparation gap and all those things. So 12th goes comparatively easy, and 11th, as a parent, as a teacher, as a student, all of us have to work as a team in order to bridge that gap. So that CBSE, you don't need to worry. I'll just show you the module also, so that that confidence will be there in all the parents as well. So this is a grade 11th, batch. So circles is one of the chapters in the grade 11th. So as you see, this is the Ask IITians module. So this is circles. Yeah, as you can see, the very first exercise after the solved examples is nothing but the NCERT level exercise. So if they are doing our module, they will be cracking their school exams, followed by any state level examination. So just as Mr. Satish, informed about the importance of these examinations. So the level of examination will be somewhere similar to the state level exercises, and then followed by the archives, JEE main. So based on the students' level, okay, we are basically asking them to complete these worksheets, and eventually stretching up them to that level, but gradually. Okay, it's not everyone is feeded the same content, same thing. Delivery wise, theory wise, everyone will be given the same thing, but practice wise, homework, assessment, everything, that will be, you can say, vary based on student to student. Right now, coming to the test series part. Okay, I think few parents are having questions, so probably once I cover this two parts, then probably we can open for the question and answering part. It will just take 5 minutes for me to take these two things forward. Yeah. So basically, in your test series, you will have assigned courses where you will see the chapter test. So you have SAT based test. You have so irrespective of what exam you're preparing, all the test series will appear in your account. If let's say you're targeting certain examinations, you can request, and support team will add those test series in your account. Okay. So these are chapter wise chapter tests which are there in your account, which you can go subject wise. Generate test is where you can generate test based on the practice and the things that you've done. This is a very useful tool for the parents as well. Okay. So one, again, identified problem which we have done survey over last 2-3 years is like, all the parents, they want to know that, how their what they are doing at a certain point of time, and the dependency is always on the teachers, counselors, and the system, right? So we want to reduce that dependency. Obviously we are there, but what you can do, you can just ask your ward a simple question. Okay, what did you do in last 2 weeks? Let's say your ward tells that I did conic sections and I did Newton's laws of motion. Okay, so what you need to do, just go to physics and math section and probably select those chapters. So let's say motion in a plane. Okay, yeah, so once you do this thing, you just click on quick generate. Now, once you do this, all it takes is around 30 seconds to generate the test. Now, you just need to sit back, whatever you were doing, continue doing that, right? And ask your ward to write paper in front of you. There should not be an excuse that, okay, we'll write later or something like that. This activity, if you do once in fortnight, we can guarantee you that your ward will be on track, and you will have a proper tracking. Okay, what they're doing in span of last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks, right? And once you, your ward submits, the best part is there's an immediate report and quite detailed one. Okay, so more chapters you will see. I'm just selecting some random answers here, and once your ward submits it, Yeah. So I'm just finishing it. So after 25 minutes, you can just sit back and first of all check their scores. So whatever they've attempted, how many is correct, how many incorrect, what is the average time, then probably we can go on to topic wise analysis. Now, since we have selected only 2 chapters here, okay, so that's why this analysis is again showing one of the chapters only, because other chapter I did not attempt. So basically, if let's say you give 3, 4, 5 chapters, you will get a proper analysis which I'll be showing you. Plus you can have question wise, difficulty wise analysis, time wise analysis. So you will know where your word stands just as you give the test, okay, and you can immediately request for a discussion session with the teacher, right? Now the third section is the assigned test, which are the major tests like unit test, mock test, kvpy, whatever competitive preparation we are preparing. So based on that, we can just go to analysis of any of these. I'll just, yeah. So if you go to the mock papers of this J, so here the analysis that I was talking about. So percentile, percentage, accuracy, everything is there because most of the people, they have attempted around the Ask IITians platform, weak in this, performed well in this. So when you have a lot of chapters, a lot of things, the analysis come proper, and you are able to see in which section your word needs to improve, right? Now, followed by this, after every major test, we are almost conducting 4 to 5 PTMs, which actually, we believe that whatever correction can be done is during the process. So it's like, if I am not, if we are sitting after the end of the year, we can just say that this was done, this was not done. Teachers can either appreciate or complain, but they cannot do anything to improve. So just like it happens in the school system, we are also implementing the PTM part where we meet parents 4 to 5 times in a year to discuss the ward's progress. Okay. Now followed by a batch discussion forum. So apart from classes, teachers are available on these forums 24/7. So whatever doubts you are, having, so you can put it here. So this will solve two purpose. First of all, you don't need to wait for the next class. Probably your doubt will be solved within 24 hours. And let's say next class is after a week or after 2, 3 days. So you don't need to wait for those, many days. And probably, what happens most of the times while collecting the doubts, if all the doubts are not entertained in the class, we generally forget, okay, to ask those things. So best part is obviously this is where you see all the questions that are asked by other students in the class which are there on the forum. The best part is you can keep your own list of questions. So I'll just select one of the students. Yeah. So this student has asked 185 questions, and all these 185 questions are available here. That is the best part. Like your doubts are always there with you, no matter, at what point of time you have asked. So towards the end of the year, you can revise by visiting these doubts. And if you tag them properly, you can get, them subject wise, concept node wise. So this is really going to help you to keep things at one place, organized, reducing the time in finding here and there. Okay. So let's say you're looking something from internet, you're looking something from book, just click a photo and upload it here. Whether it is your doubt or not, if you find that question important, just put it here so that you will have everything at one place. You don't need to search WhatsApps, emails, or other sources for the important questions. Got it? Then followed by that homework discussion, like homework assignments, the daily practice problems, which I was telling. So when they're assigned, they will be appearing here as well as they were present here. Like after every lecture, whatever the DPPs are being assigned to the students, right? Now, a few things that we have, as I told, that we have added on after, in realizing in last 4-5 months. Okay. So parents can actually avail those things, okay, in addition to the offerings that were there previously. So first of all, for grade 6 to 10th, okay, we have introduced some, special personality development classes where we are going to talk about courses like coding literacy, financial literacy, aptitude, logical reasoning, data interpretation, public speaking, then some group discussions, and personality development, overall personality development, onboard practice. So basically, apart from the regular sessions, there will be some additional practice sessions where students, teachers, and students are going to interact just for the question solving, and students are going to solve questions right on the board. Followed by this, we have introduced some compulsory mentorship sessions. So earlier we had like on-demand counseling sessions and PTMs during the year, but now what we have done, so 2 sessions in a you can say month, they will be compulsorily there for the kids. So every like you can say 15 days, in a group of 3 to 5 students, we'll be having this personalized mentoring session where 45 minutes will be just given to guide students about the platform, to check their learning gaps, and to suggest them about the better time management, how to cope up with Ask IITians, and whatever gaps they're finding. So these mentors are going to report it to the parents, as well as they'll help students to understand the platform and execute the things. Because 60 to 70% of the people on Ask IITians platform, eventually by the end of the year, they're able to know all the features, and then they realize that if you would have known that earlier on, it would have been better. So this year we want to create that awareness, that implementation right from the beginning. So these mentorship sessions, so it's just like in companies we are having reporting every 7 days or 15 days from the employees. We check their work, they present their work, that what they have done. Same way kids are going to report their progress to the mentors, and they're going to help them to guide them in a better manner. On top of that, we have added some more test series dedicated to IMO, NSO, NTSC. So these specific tests we have added in addition to that. Plus as I told you, for bridging the gap for the last 2 years, right, there are going to be some one-to-one doubt removal sessions, or we can customize in a group of 5 or 10 also, if we identify the kids with the same learning gaps. But this will be basically focusing on bridging their last 1 or 2 year gaps, okay, where this can be done very quickly. So one-to-one will provide that solution right from the beginning. If you want to have those learnings in the batch part based on the economics, so probably that we will work it around in the summer vacation. Okay, so these are few things. And for grade 11th and 12th, so in special classes we have introduced 3 CBSE and 3 advanced classes in addition to their regular sessions. So probably people moving from 10th to 11th, so for them this information will be useful, because they will be entitled. So they'll have 9 sessions, regular sessions, plus 1 monitor test session, and then 3 CBSE sessions, and 3 either it is JEE Main, JEE Advanced sessions, or it will be NEET sessions. JEE Main and Advanced sessions will be there right from the beginning. NEET sessions will be there right towards the second half of the session. Okay, so these are some additional things that we have included in our system to make it better. And and also we have introduced some you can say high-end coding courses also based on the NEP, like which will be implemented in next 2 years. So we believe that coding is going to be one of the languages. It's not going to be just a future career option, just like we learn English, Hindi and other languages. So same way, coding is going to be there in the basic curriculum of all the kids. So to take students ahead of you can say that implementation, we have some personalized coding sessions also. So where coding literacy will just focus on basically getting imparting them about the latest advancements and how coding works, how we interact, what is AI, what is machine learning, and all those things. These coding classes will actually help them to develop those things. Okay, so here again they are going to do few things like app development and all, but here they are going to learn in quite detail if you want to opt for these things, right? So now I welcome all the parents for the question and answering part, right? I have summed up all the offerings from my end, and if there is any question, like we can have a word now one by one. So I've explained about, so teachers are always to be experienced, whether they are going to be from IITs, NITs, top universities or top medical colleges. Their major USP will be the Middle East kids, and followed by that top-notch material which is available right at the click of button, and followed by comprehensive assessment and the feedback mechanism which we have built. So together as parents, students, and the teachers, we can build an ecosystem which is not just result oriented, but also for the betterment of the students, understanding their gaps and help them to improve from where they enter our system. Okay, so now I invite all the parents one by one. They can raise their hands. So I think
I think Mr. Saikat is already raised and he's
Saikat,
unmuted. Yes, Mr.
Yeah.
Saikat.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
loud and
sir.
clear. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Actually, it's Ask IIT, no doubt in it. It's a very good platform, and I think it is the #1 platform in India to for appear for the JEE main and advanced, no doubt in it. And the explanation is quite, yeah, the explanation is also very understandable. But I want to ask, actually, my son is studying in 9th grade. Okay. Actually, my question is on a little bit different. That is, what is your look about the course? Okay. So regarding for that question, the first question actually I'm asking, in your main platform, as you delivered some course which is called as bronze, silver, and gold. Okay, and here in Oman, you are going to offer some course through SAMRIDDHI platform.
Yes,
that means a SAMRIDDHI
exactly.
program. Okay. My question is how it is different from the SAMRIDDHI program course, whether it is really different or you are going to add this in your the particular either silver, bronze, or the gold course. That is my #1 question. Okay, let me finish there.
Please.
Second one, yeah, second one. My second question is, if it is different, then how far it is different? That is, whether it is, as because we know it's a very subsidized fee. Fee is quite almost 1/3 of your you can say the bronze course. Okay. So how it is different from your these main course with that subsidized course? And my third question is, if it is that means, what are the feature you are going to offer? Please explain in detail. What are the feature you are going to offer, which is similar with that your bronze, silver, and gold course? And what are the feature you are not going to offer into that course, which is present into these your bronze, silver, and gold course? Because what I know that in your, for example, in your gold, in your silver course, what you explain here, that advanced session, CBSE session, practical based learning, personalized monitoring, as well as the personal doubt class 1:1, it is not in your bronze course, but it is in your gold course. Okay. So can you please explain this portion in detail? Then we will be understand better for your this program.
Perfect.
Okay.
So basically what we have offered to Samriddhi at very subsidized prices. So one difference will be the batch strength. Okay. So in our bronze, silver, or gold, the batch strength is going to be around 35-40 maximum. Whereas in the earlier offerings that we have done through Samriddhi program, the batch offering was around 60 people.
60,
okay?
65, yes.
In addition to the bronze, the only difference was the study materials was being committed here. Okay, since we were going through board of directors, so that was a special offering at that time in terms of pricing and whatever features were there in Ask IITians till then. So everything was included then. As I told you that we have worked upon certain things for the improvement part. So as rightly mentioned by you, the features that I mentioned about special classes, you can say one-to-one doubt removal sessions, mentoring sessions. Then we will have some live practical learning. Okay, live practice. So this year we are also going to engage students with some live practical, you can say, experiments, right? So these are some add-ons that we are going to have in the silver and the gold offering. And plus, obviously, there will be the PTM number will be more when you talk about the gold packages. So this is something, if you opt for these this particular package, you don't need to go anywhere else. And definitely compared to the online, what our regular pricing will be, definitely will have some special benefits and discounts for the students of Oman through this program. But definitely that you cannot compare these things with the initial offering, because these are more customized things. And then the learning gap classes that we're going to add. So this is something we have added, like you can say a month ago. Like we are still building on that platform, where we are still collecting more information, that what are the key areas where this learning gap outcome can be met, and we can actually bring back those 2 years to the students in terms of education gap. So these all things, and this is still not included in any of the packages, even not in gold. So this is something which will be on top of that. So we are listing down our things very clearly, very transparently. Now, whether you are in this batch or this batch, okay, the teaching quality, the flow of the things, they are going to be same. We are not going to compromise anything from teachers' end. The only thing is, whatever the personalized And I think you parents will
basically the
use as much.
customized
Yeah,
things that you're
yeah,
going to get over and above the PowerPoints. Sorry, Harsh, I'm interrupting between.
yes,
So
yes, yes, definitely.
to put it in a nutshell, na, Mr. Saikar. So the
Yeah.
Samriddhi program is basically the base program in which all the content, your teaching pedagogy, everything remains the same, right? In silver and bronze, the additional benefits are the ones which have already been highlighted by Harsh here, and this is actually customizable. So there are additional aspects. So for example, if somebody wants to learn coding for that matter, right? So that is an additional thing that they want to take, right? Over and above their normal preparation. Okay. And the other most important thing is the batch strength. That is the only difference that is there. Otherwise, as Harsh rightly mentioned, the teaching quality, teaching pedagogy will remain same constantly everywhere, be it in my online batches or even in my offline batches for that matter, right? And obviously, for the same, what we are also doing is, we have very limited time, but I'll still cover this. So for the same, what we're doing is, inshallah, we're going to be there in Oman starting 25th, right? And we would like to, personally meet all the parents and, help them solve their doubts, and especially do a one-on-one counseling, because there are a lot of doubts not only pertaining to our platform or pertaining to the teaching pedagogy and offerings, but certain parents would want to understand also, after 8th what to do, after 9th what to do, how to prepare, etc. So we would be coming down to Oman starting 25th, that is the 25th weekend, right? And we would like to request parents, if you can just fill up this form that I've just shared in the chat, and you can also fill up the Samriddhi form there, so that at least we can meet personally. We'll be putting up in Boshar, and we'll be there for a good 10 days. So that time also, a face-to-face interaction will probably give you a much better understanding of how we are going to take this forward.
We are also planning to, as Mr. Atif said, like we are also planning to come there in offline mode. So hopefully, by God's grace, if we are able to get parent support and substantial numbers, will be there in the offline mode as well. So based on the interaction we will have over the span of next 5 to 10 days, we are already all the legalities and all those things are already there with us in terms of executing our offline program. But based on the students' response, we are going to basically reveal this thing in first week of March, that what date we are planning to start in Oman as well. Okay, yeah. So I hope the offering wise the doubts are clear to you.
Yeah, it's okay actually. Basically, it is what I understood, that it is basically run as a bronze program of your.
Yes, please. Yes. You're absolutely right, Mr. Saikat. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Mr. Saikat. Hope to see you when we are there.
And one difference
Yeah,
will
sure,
be there
sure,
for bronze.
sure.
As I mentioned, like bronze may the strength will be less. Okay, so that is one difference. Okay, why the fee difference? There's a huge fee difference actually. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Mr. Philip.
A very good morning. So
Yeah.
you were mostly emphasizing on the JE aspect. So I would really like to know the route for the NEET also. And also the
Same.
second,
Yeah.
second thing, I would like to know the timing for the classes also. Like we have our
Yeah, so
normal school.
timing of the classes, once you'll be registering on our Samriddhi's platform, so counselors will get in touch with you. They will give you the batch timing. So mostly you can, as far as the batch suitable timing, which will be suitable for Oman, will be 7:15 p.m. IST to 10:30 p.m. IST. Okay, so you're moving to grade 11th or 12th?
Sir, grade 12.
Grade 12, yeah. So for grade 12, the classes are going to be from Monday to Friday, 2 classes each day. Okay. And Saturday is those special classes where I said like there will be 3 CBSE classes. JEE and JEE advanced classes will start right from the beginning, and the NEET classes will be towards the second half. So there will be 3 NEET sessions, special sessions for practice on Saturdays. And Monday to Friday, the timings will be between 5:30 p.m. IST to 10:30 p.m. IST. So based on your batch, you can say preference, you can either go for 5:30 to 8:45 p.m. IST or 7:15 to 10:30. Mostly because schools will be going offline this year, and you probably will be back by 3 or 4 o'clock. So at your local timing. So this time will be suitable for you most probably. Okay. Yeah. And secondly, as I told you, so the same thing which I said for JEE I probably might have missed that word on few occasions, but the NEET again preparation is just in accordance with the similar thing only, because a few parents ask questions from JEE background. So that's why my answers are limited to JEE background, but the same preparation. So whatever we are learning in grades 8, 9, 10, okay, it basically caters to both JEE and NEET preparation. And with respect to the NEET preparation, you'll have a lot of practices, more than 35-40 mock tests based on NEET, and parallelly you're going to prepare for other private institutes examinations as well. KVPY also will be getting prepared along with your NEET preparation. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Philip. I think we have a certain question from Ms. Nehal. Yes, please.
I joined late, so where can I get this recording, sir?
So this is being streaming live on YouTube as well. Probably, the people will share another circular with the YouTube link wherein the recording will be available.
Okay, okay.
Or else, as mentioned, Nehal, we'll be there in Oman, coming 25th onwards. So you can, probably meet us as well if, for any more information and details on the same.
And the session will be available in Indian School Tour website, YouTube channel.
Indian School Tour YouTube channel. Yes. Okay.
Where to meet offline, face to face? Where can we meet?
We'll be there in Al Bosher. We'll be sharing the the details with you in a short while. I've just shared a form. If you can just fill that form up so that we can reach out to you once all the plans are there in place.
All the plans,
timing, etc.
We'll be there in Oman on 25th. So basically, if you want to meet us on one-to-one, so you need to fill the forms that we have given in the chat. So Mr. Atir, can you just circulate the forms again? Once you fill in those forms, so our team will reach out to you through WhatsApp, through call, and through email. They will be sending you all the details, and whatever counseling slots will be available. So accordingly, they will be registering you for those slots. Okay. And they will be giving you link so that you can fill the counseling slots as per your needs and requirement.
Excuse me, there are more than one forms link given. So which one to fill? Yeah.
You can fill both of them. So one is the registration form, wherein we can directly reach out to you, and you can also fill in the Samriddhi form. I've just recently shared one form, so you can fill in that form.
Registration form is basically for booking the one-to-one counseling part. People who are interested in meeting us directly. So I'll be there. Mr. Atir will be there 25th onwards. So if you are, we'll be talking more about, so today we have talked more in generic manner. So if you want to meet us, so schedule and everything will be shared with you. Okay. Yeah. So definitely from 25th to 6th of March, we'll be there. And in those 10 days, we are going to meet, our existing students, as well as, the new parents who will be interested in starting their journey with Ask IITians. So we can talk about more about, so here we just don't want to limit ourselves to the preparation part. We want to make sure that, the career journey is well defined and the decisions are well informed by the parents. What are the pros of taking particular stream? What are the advantages of appearing for Olympiads and all those things? Yes.
Yeah. And another question which I had, I think already one of the parent asked, and I also observed like your presentation was mainly dominating towards JEE, mains and advanced, but not much of a focus was given on NEET. So I believe now that it is equally valid for NEET as well, as you said, correct?
Yes. Yeah, same thing. So yeah, same things. It's just like the only difference, one difference is the JEE main advanced classes, the 3 extra classes, they are going to start from first week of like April or whenever we are going to start the course. And the NEET part will be started from October onwards. Apart from that, test series, chapter test, whatever I showed, right? So that was common for all, you can say, JEE, NEET, foundation classes. So whether you are a JEE main student or you are a NEET student, you're going to almost face 250 plus tests over the span of next 2 years. Okay. The teaching time and everything is going to be same. There are going to be 9 classes, 3 physics, 3 chemistry, 3 bio or maths, 1 test session, 3 practice classes for CBSE and 3 practice classes for advanced. So by advanced, I mean whether it is JEE main or advanced or it is NEET. Okay. Yeah.
So one small question, Mr. Atir, like when we say we have different categories of courses like gold, silver, or bronze, or maybe Samriddhi platforms, So what are included in which particular set or package, or what is the exclusions? Those details would be available on your website, or it can be shared to us one-on-one.
Yeah, it will be shared one-on-one. It will be shared one-on-one with you, depending, because as I mentioned earlier, sir, that it is a customizable kind of a format that we've created for all parents, right?
Okay.
So what
how
we're
do we reach
offering
there?
through, sorry,
How do we reach you for getting these details?
so I've just shared the link, and Samriddhi link is already there with all of you, so you can register there. But I've also again shared the registration form, so you can just fill in your details, and we will get in touch with you.
And
we'll be
just one
calling all
last.
the parents one by one, those
Yeah,
who are going to show interest. And at that time, see, right now we are just having the, you can say, a generic discussion. So every parent,
Yeah.
every student may have a different requirement. So we can talk on that on one-to-one basis, and the whatever session we are conducting right now in a group, that can be done in a group, small group size, online, or once we'll be there in offline mode. So we'll have a face-to-face meeting. So Atir, a lot of people are asking about the location. So
once that is finalized, I will share that. So I'll just let you know, we'll be there stationed in Al Boshar. So that is something that we will finalize. But the exact address and everything, we will share it probably by Monday, Tuesday.
And
to all the
other
parents.
locations we might, yeah. Yes.
Now, I have just one last question. Probably all parents would be interested
There
in.
are no Indian schools so are available.
I'll just sorry. Can any one person ask, please? Can we have Nehal ask? I think her question will be so on, please.
Yes, yes. Sir, in that list, there is no Indian school so hard.
Which list?
Form list?
Yes, in the form.
You can fill others in that case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to ask, I've seen many times this particular phrase has been emphasized, like, okay, specially designed for Middle East, because see, my understanding is the curriculum is the same, the exam pattern is the same, and our kids are also going to attend the same exam. So when we say Middle East students, so what is that different we're trying to highlight here?
Probably in terms of motivating these students, and if I put the faculties who are training Indian students, they easily get like you can say, although that will be not the appropriate word, yeah, but the frustration level comes soon. So the teachers are more patient towards handling these kids, and probably they understand the education gaps which is there in India as compared to Middle East. So the level of teaching goes from very basic, and then it goes to advanced, rather than directly starting with an environment. So curriculum and coverage wise, everything is same, but the methodology to cover those things is gradual. And as I mentioned, the mentoring part, the counseling part is something that we constantly conduct in order to bridge that gap, because in India we don't need to push students to that much, but definitely in Middle East, before putting any additional pressure, there is a lot of mental training that needs to be done, and teachers themselves needs to be very patient in handling these kids. So that is something which we have inculcated. So just to give you an example, in 2015 or 16 we did one experiment, like from these top institutes in India like Allen, Resonance and all. We hired some teachers, okay, and they were not able to cope up with the kids there, and probably their level and everything was quite mismatched. Their pace, their kind of the approach that they were taking, so that was not in sync. So we got feedback from both teachers as well as students that it was not syncing. Okay, so probably then we started that training program where we blended teachers. So apart from their educational training, their handling skills are also being taken care, that this is how Middle East structure is there, and you need to be patient. So people who are not able to demonstrate that thing, so we're not putting them in the Middle East domain. Okay,
right.
Got that part?
So please.
Yeah, sure, go ahead, please. I'm done.
Okay, so I'm so sorry, all the parents. Actually, the time is run out, and I think there's another session which is scheduled. But as highlighted, again, I would like to thank everybody, especially the board of directors, for giving us this opportunity and meeting all of you. I would like to apologize if we have not been able to help most of the queries. Most of the parents have raised their hands, but we've not able to take them because of the lack of time. Right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can I talk? Here in Muscat, we have global IITians is there. Are Ask IITians and global IITians are both the same or different management?
No, they're different. They have no relationship with Ask IITians. Ask IITians headquarters is based out of India, from Delhi. We have
Okay.
no relationship with global IITians, and we don't know them as well. Please.
So you both are different. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you, everyone. And I would just like to highlight that please do fill the registration form when we are there to meet you. Secondly, the recording will be available on the Samriddhi website and not on that will be available there. So whoever has joined late or missed any point can, go through that. And Samriddhi's, the form is also available. So you can fill that. And there are certain information about the program that we are offering through the board of directors and through Samriddhi. So that information is already there. So please do visit that as well. And once we are there, hoping to meet all the parents, and all the best. God bless. Do take care in these testing times, and hoping to see everyone there. Right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for grade 12 students who will be entering in grade 12, their 11th will be taken care of during the summer vacation as well as during the end of grade 12. Whether you are a NEET student or JEE student, we'll be taking care of your grade 11th curriculum as well. Okay, so don't worry for that.
This Samriddhi link for the registration is not opening, yeah? So I'm not clear. Although I have filled in the registration form, but the Samriddhi link which you sent, it does not open actually. If I want, I mean, I think I believe we have to do the quick register and then it should open something to fill in the details, but it is not happening, yeah?
We'll just have to check that once. Probably some technical difficulty might be there.
Samriddhi is not opening, sir, but we can copy and send to the WhatsApp. Then from there we can open it. We can fill it. Sir. It's opening there. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So right now, even if you fill the registration,
yeah.
I think even if you fill the registration form, that should suffice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So again, thank you, for being such a wonderful, people in terms of asking such wonderful questions. And we hope to meet everyone soon. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm going to end the meeting, sir. Thank you.
Yes, please, Mr. Samir. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you, sir.